Houstonians clock in. Did you know that in 2024 we had more car crash deaths than we had homicides? I didn't know that either until I read the Houston Chronicle's endorsement of Jordan Thomas. Have you read their endorsement? If you haven't, you should. I'm going to put a link in the captions. Go take a look for yourself. It was good to see that the editorial board of Houston Chronicle agreed with my assessment of Jordan and that he is the person for our city council seat. Lord knows we regularly complain about the commutes, the traffic, and everything, and reducing car crashes is going to take care of a big chunk of that. One of the things that we always complain about in Houston is the commute, the traffic, and a lot of that is caused by car accidents. And that's something that Jordan has shown that he has a deep knowledge of and understanding of, with actionable items to fix them. He's also very interested in dealing with the metro issues and light rail issues, and that is something that is going to reduce the amount of people on the road in cars, and also allow for bike riders as well. The article also says that the ideal candidate should have not only vision, but also knowledge of how the fuck things work. And that is fucking Jordan Thomas. And you can see that clearly on his website, which, if you haven't seen it, you need to go look at it. It is robust. My favorite line from this interview is, "We need a city that attracts the workforce of tomorrow, not a city for the jobs of yesterday." And that's exactly it. And every time I get on this app, or Threads, or Instagram, or Blue Sky, or even Twitter, somebody's complaining about the damn commute. And that's exactly it. And Jordan has plans for housing, traffic, metro. All of those things can make the city a place where we all enjoy being and thriving, and not a place where we go to hide out for an hour and a half or 2 hours to avoid the traffic. That's the kind of city I want. And a part of that is tackling how we deal with developers and housing. Again, you gotta take a look at the website. It's good. Another thing that the article touched on is, how are you guys gonna work with Whitmire? Because as we all know, he's been not too workable. And in fact, I think Alejandra Salinas was asked the question, and she said that, gonna build a consensus and present the data and present the evidence and present the coalition to the mayor and get him on board. And one of the editors said, well, we watched people do that for the last however many, last year or so. I can't remember when the election was, but we watched that happen. And he does what he wants to do regardless of the data. He makes decisions off of what he feels. And everyone's afraid to step on his toes because they're worried about political backlash. And Jordan showed the editorial board, just like I saw in the debate, he's not afraid to correct someone when they're wrong. He's not afraid to speak up because he has the knowledge. Anybody who has the knowledge and knows it well, they're never afraid to speak up. And you can see that even in debates. You can see it in the interview. The editorial board saw the exact same thing I did. And if you're thinking, well, I heard Alejandra Salinas has a lot of endorsements. What about that? Well, I'd like to dig into that, but I'm gonna dig into that in another video. So go ahead, repost this, check out Jordan's website, drop him a donation. I'm gonna tag him in this video. I'll make a follow-up video on Alejandra's endorsements because I have some thoughts. I have some significant thoughts. Bye.